Right, so this is going to be a bit off the cuff. It's sort of a short notice thing. Just kind of, I don't know, like recent events have sort of come to my attention, and it's kind of got me thinking about things. I guess the simplest way I could put it without getting into too much personal detail, my father's in the hospital, and it's a bit of a conflicting feeling about it. Because we haven't exactly been on the best terms for the longest time. Like, I haven't seen him since before COVID when I just ran into him at the supermarket one time. Like, it's been that long. Yeah, he's like, apparently just some brain damage led to dementia. Like, there's lesions in his brain or something. Got him all messed up. I haven't seen him in forever. Apparently, he's been living with some other family members for a while. He was even in like a retirement home or something for a couple of years. But like, apparently things just aren't going so great with like his condition at the moment. And apparently it might be worsening. Don't know how long he has, honestly. And it's very sudden. Like, I was just told about it like a few hours prior to this recording from a cousin I haven't seen in forever. It's it's a bizarre feeling. It's like, yeah, it's my dad, but at the same time, he wasn't exactly a great person. I mean, he did try his best to like take care of us, I suppose, but like when it came to like all those rumors and stuff that he was hearing, it kind of caused a bit of a split in the family. Just like a whole other can of worms I don't even want to get into right now. It's a whole other kind of mess. But I guess the long and short of it is that there's some stuff that he's done, stuff that I'm not exactly fond of, and if I'm brutally honest, I know for sure that my brother would probably never want to see his face ever again, and doesn't seem to care much about what happens to him, if I'm being honest. Me, I'm kind of split on it, because, like, yeah, there is the stuff he did, and you don't, it's kind of hard to look past that. But at the same time, it's like, if he's on his deathbed, probably gonna be like the last chance I'll ever see him, and I don't know. It's a weird feeling. And this whole situation with him, especially with how sudden it is, it's got me thinking. Because between my grandmother's death from like a year and change ago and the stuff my mother's been going through in the past few months that's been like causing her health problems that she is recovering from, thankfully, it kind of got me thinking. A bit of perspective in terms of how much time I have left in this world, and how, if I'll ever get to the things I've wanted to do with my life before I'm before I kind of kick the bucket from this mortal coil, so to speak. Or just to out of it to even make the things I wanted to make. Cause like, there's gotta be like keep hearing about dementia and shit, and it's like, can you imagine trying to like work on your creative endeavors when your brain is deteriorating? That's, ugh. It'd just be rough. But yeah, it's got me thinking that after all these years, from all the distractions and procrastinations and prioritizing stuff like my education or people's needs in the short term, maybe it's high time I finally got around to making those creative projects I really wanted to make for the longest time. Like, there are story ideas I've had planned out since I was like a teenager well over a decade ago. I'm talking like back in the late 2000s even. Stuff I just never got around to because I kept prioritizing school and college, and sometimes just straight up procrastinating with gaming or other random stuff. But maybe this year I should finally just buckle down, get into high gear, and just get those stories out there. Make those short stories, kind of get a feel for my writing style, and then work on the big one. Because I ain't getting any younger myself. And seeing how older people in my family are kind of going through it, especially the elderly, it really makes you think about like how much time I got left to actually do this kind of thing. How much progress I probably could have made if I got to it younger. I mean, Oda was one of my inspirations to begin with, and he was like locking in on this shit since he was a teenager. Like, fresh out of high school, he was trying to get One Piece off the ground, and look how far that's gone. And even now, like after 20-something years, he's still working on it, even with his own health problems kind of getting in the way sometimes. Like at his age and all the constant work. Well, that guy takes care of himself, that's for sure. But yeah, I want to get my own projects off the ground. Ether Overdrive is something I've had on the back burner for the longest time, and maybe this year should be the year I finally get around to it, you know? And sure, my grandma won't be around to read it, and it's possible my father won't either. But my mom still might. My brother probably will. Many cousins I still have out there as well. Who knows? I might even have a niece or nephew that might be interested in the stuff I make someday if the time ever comes. You never know. Would I myself become a parent? If only one could be so lucky. I mean, that sounds like a Christmas miracle type of thing for me at that point, honestly, but hey, you never know. I want to get my creative endeavors really off the ground and try to see if I can really make something out of it. I mean, yeah, it's no guarantee. I mean, look how many creatives out there be making stories and they making money off of it, but you never know. There's a possibility I might actually do something that's like actually financially successful, and it might even contribute to our financial situation if I'm so lucky. You never know. No, it would be nice. This doesn't sound too much like a downer type of situation, but I don't know. This whole deal with that my father's doing is kind of just put things into perspective low for me, I guess. Should stop putting things off and just get to it, get it done. And hopefully make something great. Some people actually care about and enjoy. Something I can actually both do as a passion and is actually profitable. But again, it's no guarantee. One could only hope. I gotta start really locking in on this stuff. I gotta get some scripts down. I gotta get some character concept art in. I gotta work on my portfolio honestly. Like, if I can get like a decent job on the side doing, I don't know, like graphic design, even or character design, something. All this tech and art skills I already got. Gotta make some use out of it. Never hurts to have a backup plan in case the whole creative endeavor doesn't work out financially. Gotta play it smart. I guess really at that point the question is, what medium should I go for? The original plan was always comic books, but the comics industry isn't exactly in good shape right now, at least in the western side of things. Then there's video games, which I actually went to college for and got a degree on. But much like comic books, the western games industry is definitely having some struggles right now. Though, I think the indie scene might still be alright. At least for the most part. As for animation, I always knew how time intensive that sort of thing is, so I kind of just skipped on that to begin with. Figured if I could make a really good comic or game, someone would probably want to make an adaptation of that anyway, so hey. Kind of just cross that bridge when we get to it if I'm successful on something else. At least that's my thought process. Whichever method, though, I think I probably would go for like either comics or games, because like I know how to draw. I went to college for game design, so either one of those I think can work for me at least. As for the kind of stories I would write, well, I think it's kind of obvious based on my interests what kind of stuff I probably go for. I love me some action adventure. I love some good themes about friendship, personal perseverance, all that stuff. I'm a One Piece fan after all. Kind of obvious there, I suppose. I guess I'm just, I don't know, kind of been contemplating a lot after everything I've been told today with what's going on. It's weird to think about just kind of stewing in it and thinking about what to do, what to say. I'd even respond to seeing someone in such a state after so many years. I already kind of went through that once before, so it's kind of just a weird thing to think about happening again so soon. I know it's a strange feeling trying to deal with all that stuff. Like, I guess mentally, it's like, what do you even do at that point? Like, I know for sure there'd be a lot of people who probably want to be out on their whole revenge arc and shit. You'd think I'd be angry or something, you know, but it's hard for me to be anything, honestly. Getting too emotional about something never really seems to work out for me, so I guess it kind of makes sense to be a bit subdued to the idea of my own father possibly dying soon. It just be how my life be sometimes, I guess. I don't know. Guess one thing I know for sure at least is like, despite everything, there's still opportunity for something better in the future. So even though there's like a good possibility that not all of my family that I've grown up knowing will be there once I'm done actually making this stuff. At least the ones that'll still be around and will still be able to. And I feel like there's some comfort in that, at least, you know, like knowing that even if not everyone you hope to see will be there for when you've achieved certain accomplishments, there'll still be those that are there for those accomplishments, and it's good to kind of cherish that. What you do have in this world, instead of obsessing and getting upset over what you don't already have. It's an odd feeling, I suppose. It's like a strange type of situation there. But yeah, just wanna like value family and friends and all that, and hope that they're around long enough to enjoy what I can do, what I try to make the most of that, instead of all this fighting and shit that's always been happening with my parents' generation. It's always been a frustrating thing to see. Whatever happens with my old man, well, you'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. And as for the things I want to do, well, yeah, I think it's time I really got into high gear and actually got some stuff done, to putting it off over and over like I've been doing for like the past decade and such. Who knows? It might actually be like something really good, real inspiring even, you never know. Heck, it might even have much better writing than a lot of the slop that's been coming out of Hollywood for the past several years, I know that much. But yeah, that's my time. Probably come up next time with something a bit more positive instead of, you know, something as kind of dire as someone dying or such. So, later.